My name is Setu, and I'd like to call myself a product of MTN, mainly because I am a winner of MTN Spotlight Season 2. Yeah, whoopee. So the last time I was on this stage, I was probably nervous. So the first song I'm going to do for you is called Gulula. It's an original by myself, and I'm going to blend it with a couple of famous songs. I hope you enjoy. Thanda wena inhliziyo ikhethe wena mina ngiyakuthanda kulula ukuthanda wena inhliziyo ikhethe wena bazamile usohlukanisa bohluleka abaphansi bavumile sifanelene thina sobabili kasikunye diyajabula jabula sonwabile siyathandana bazamile usohlukanisa bohluleka abaphansi bavumile sifanelene thina sobabili kasiuye iyajabula jabula masibe happy muntu wami masibe happy sibe muntu wami masibe happy sibe munye masibe happy muntu wami masibe happy sibe munye masibe happy muntu wami masibe happy sibe munye baram 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 The next song, before I get off stage, is Indingawe. I'm sure we know the song, and I believe this song to be a manifestation of dreams coming true, which is something that I saw here. Got MTN, my dream came true. Yeah, hope you enjoy it. masithokoze, thokoze, ngoba mina nawe siqede iminyaka, masithokoze, thokoze, ngoba mina nawe siqede iminyaka, masithokoze, thokoze, ngoba mina nawe siqede iminyaka, yeah. Ndiwelela kwilizwe lenkuthazo, yeah. Isithembiso ungaphela amandla, yeah. Ndiwelela kwilizwe lenkuthazo, yeah. Isithembiso ungaphela amandla, hey.
One, two. I don't know if you realize that the last song, the lyrics, they said, Mina nawe siqede iminyaka. It's speaking to the 25 years that MTN is doing with its customers. MTN CEO, Executive Director Kango, Mr. Tembinkosi Dlamini, MTN senior staff members, MTN staff members, my colleagues in the media, in particular the editors who are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. My name is John Perez. I am an MTN customer for the past, when was it? From 18, 19 years ago, I think, using the same number. I'm a proud MTN customer and I'm very happy to be here. My duty here, my task here is to lead the proceeding and also be a moderator for the panel of discussion that will be taking place later on here today. So, but the big question is, what are we doing here today? This is not just an MTN slogan. What are we doing here today? Why have you all left your various tasks to come and sit here this morning? We are here, ladies and gentlemen, to witness the official unveiling of a new data campaign which MTN is launching as a pro-customer initiative. And what do we mean by a pro-customer initiative? MTN has been listening to its customers around data issues. There has been concerns, there have been pain points. Why is MTN not doing this? We wish MTN could be doing this, And MTN is unveiling this a new pro-customer initiative today, which is backed by a new data proposition. And this is not for me to explain. We do have the executives here today. We do have yourselves, and in particular, the ones that are joining us online through the MTN Facebook page. We want you to be part of this discussion here today. We want you to engage with us in terms of the questions. Some of the questions here we will ask. MTN has asked me to moderate the sessions, but I also have some questions for MTN as well, which I believe the CEO, the lead customer experience specialist will be answering, and the chief marketing officer will be answering. And I also love the fact that we do have Mr. Tembinkosi Dlamini, who represents a broader array of stakeholders in terms of what this initiative really means. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to have all of you here this morning, and we do hope that we are going to be fulfilled by what MTN is going to be launching here this morning. This is basically the essence of why we are here, ladies and gentlemen. As a preamble to this event, I'm going to ask Mr. Wandile Mjali, who is the MTN CEO, to please come forward and leading ahead to the panel of discussion. He is also a panelist, but I think we need to get it from the principal in this house. Why are we here this morning? And what are we going to be hearing more about the MTN Doing For You campaign that is being launched here today? CEO, please come forward to address the audience. Thank you so much.
Oh, yellow. Sanbonani. I'm just trying to look around some of the people that we invited that are present today. Thank you, everyone, for making time. We just want to acknowledge the presence of our invited guest, Mr. Dlamini. Thanks, Ngozi, for making time to come and be with us today. We are hoping that today you'll be able to share some insights around what we MTN are doing, particularly around our products and services, from a perspective of some of the organizations that you work with. So I think we are looking forward to hearing from you, really, what is it that customers want us to continue to change and improve on going forward. But also with your experience around economic issues, we also want to get a sense of where you're seeing us playing a role in terms of improving the economy of Maswati going forward. So thanks, Ngozi, for making time. And again, we appreciate the presence of the media editors that are here. We're looking forward to getting some good questions from yourselves. And really, the media plays a very critical role for us to disseminate the information to our customers. Information esikhuluma ngayo namhlanje ifike kulengena linye liswati lelikhona eveni. So the media really plays a very important role, and we really appreciate your presence here today. And also want to just acknowledge our customers that are connecting us live on our social media channels. We appreciate you as well, and we're looking forward to getting also some feedback from our customers. And we make a promise that we're going to try as much as possible to address some of the questions that customers have got for us today. But again, I think certainly today it's a very important occasion for us at MTN as we launch this new initiative, Doing For You. Very, very important initiative, and we're going to unpack it later on as to what is it that we are referring to as this new campaign. So today's chat is really an initiative that is planned at launching a new campaign that follows closely with our 25th anniversary celebration. You'll recall that last year in November, we celebrated 25 years of the existence of MTN, and we continued with the celebrations even this time around, and we are just sharing more of what we are doing at MTN with our valued customers. And so some of the promotions that we have today, not only are they addressing concerns of our customers, but also it's a way of us still celebrating the milestones that we've achieved over the past 25 years. So we're pleased to share with all of you some of the exciting news that we'll be bringing forward to you all, and also the fact that we at MTN have listened to the feedback that we've received from our customers, and we've attentively make some changes in as far as some of our product offerings, and that is what we'll be sharing with our customers today. What is very important is that our customers are really at the heart of our operation, and so the invaluable feedback that we've received from our customers through the surveys that we run on a year-on-year basis, it is what we're now putting into action, and that is what we'll be sharing with our customers here today. Our customers have given us feedback on three really key areas. One is around the area of data validity, and we're going to unpack what we've done when it comes to data validity for all our data offerings. And secondly, around value, and the fact that customers are saying perhaps there is not enough value in the data offering that we have, and we're going to unpack as well what we've done in terms of increasing the value for our customers. And the third, and also very important, issues around pricing, particularly around voice as well as data pricing. We've done something on it, and we're going to unpack that as well as what we've done when it comes to pricing for our products and services. So I'm pleased to announce that this new campaign, Doing For You, is really designed to addressing these 3 pain points that our customers have provided us feedback over the period. Our key strategy is really the provision of reliable and affordable products and services for Emaswat. So the Doing For You campaign is more than just a campaign. It is a commitment for reviewing our price offering and ensuring that we meet our customers halfway in terms of prevailing economic challenges. Our goal is to ensure that every Leswati has full access to the benefits of a modern connected life, on all the digital services that we provide. We need to make sure that everyone throughout the country enjoys those benefits. You've also realized that this has really been a journey when it comes to pricing at MTN. I think in 2022, we reduced data pricing by almost about 22%. Last year in 2023, we reduced by about 19%. And again, the commitment that we're making today here is that we're going to further reduce pricing for some of our offerings, and that is what we're going to be unpacking today. So today really marks a very, very important milestone for MTN in as far as rolling out of new products and services. And we're hoping that our customers will take this and be able to experience it and continue to give us the feedback that we need, so that in future we can still see where we can continue to tweak and make some changes when it comes to our offering. So I'm really confident that our customers will receive these new developments, and we're happy to experience it, particularly around our Lula combos. We're really extending further the value for our customers, and also the pricing when it comes to our out-of-bundle offering. We're going to be unveiling that as well. So thank you so much again, everyone, for participating, and we're looking forward to engagement with yourself and our customers. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you know it's common procedure that even though you may clap your hands without being asked to clap your hands, but the master of ceremonies or the program director has to come back and ask you to clap hands again. May we please give a big round of applause to the CEO. I've had some intimate discussions with the people at the forefront of what we are launching here today, and I think one of the things or the statements that was made by Desiree and also affirmed by the CEO is that this is at the heart of what MTN wants to do. This campaign is not just a marketing campaign. MTN wants to respond to the pain that customers have been experiencing, and Desiree has also said that this is not just going to be all talk. There's going to be a lot of action. A lot of things will be unveiled during the course of the Doing For You campaign throughout the year. But I think the discussions will unveil some of the things that MTN will be doing throughout the course of this campaign. Issues of data are not just issues of luxury and comfort, as we may all know, which is why I think we have amongst ourselves here the executive director of Kango, whom, like I had mentioned earlier on, he represents a broader range of stakeholders. They are a voice, society's voice when it comes to social issues, economic issues. They always share their opinion. And I think one of the things we want to find out from you, Mlangeni, is how do you view this new development by MTN? How is it going to contribute or become an enabler for both social and economic development in this country? And also, what is your view of the state of the economy? And the overview, what do you perceive of the state of the economy, and how do activities or initiatives like what MTN is doing today contribute towards the economic basket, or in terms of making customers or general consumers feel comfortable by being given instruments that can help them to contribute socially and economically? May I please ask you to come forward, Mlangeni, to share your remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Program Director, MTN CEO, MTN senior staff and MTN staff, the media present and invited guests. I'm very excited to have been invited to this platform today. As have been introduced, I'm Temikos Lamini, the Executive Director of Kango. We represent over 100 NGOs in the country. So when I got the invite, at the time that I got it, I was kind of surprised why someone who works in the area of human rights would be invited to a corporate event to talk about data issues. So the invitation gave me sleepless night yesterday, that is, because I was still thinking, so what do I say to corporates? But I then realized after long thinking that in the Kango employee we have 21 members of staff. But we have at least 1,000 members of staff who are out there in the field that I have never met. And the only connection that we have with them is through the MTN network in particular. So what I then learned from that was that indeed MTN is one of those institutions that are key in the delivery of human rights, because these people who are working in the field for us as Kango, they go door to door as peer counselors, making sure that those who are supposed to be on treatment, ART in particular, they continue to take their treatment, and they encourage them to ensure that they take their treatment. Those who need to go to test, they go to test. Those who need to engage in other services, such as PrEP, they are able to take PrEP, given the advice that we are able to provide, in particular via the network. When it comes to the remuneration of these people, it is through the same MTN MOMO that we are able to deliver their remuneration. What it means is that because their remuneration is in the form of stipends, so they are not earning much, but because they are not expected to come to our offices to fetch their pay slips and then go to a bank and queue, it cuts the costs for them, the transaction cost, in as far as being able to get their remuneration in full, and they immediately utilize it. Amongst the many NGOs that we lead in Kango are institutions such as Lulote, Junior Achievement, Inectors, and others that are seized with the process of educating young people and making sure that they engage in an entrepreneurial journey to be able to sustain their lives. So these institutions are able to give the advice to these entrepreneurs on demand without them having to come to their offices, because they are able to connect through the network. They are able to give that advice. Even those that grow crops, they are able to use the same network to take pictures if they see some small locust or something that is devouring their crops, to send to Lulote or any other NGO like ACAT to say, I'm observing this in the field that is consuming my crops. What is it? How can I take care of it? And then through the same channel, they are able to give them on-demand advice on what exactly needs to be done at that point. So in essence, this then led me to conclude that indeed MTN and also the question of data access is a human right, even though a lot of people have tended to argue that maybe data access is not a human right, but I think it is a human right. Because if you come to think of it, data access gives access to almost all the rights that there are. In fact, a lot of people have access to food because they have data. If you think about the people that we now call runners, at least they sold me this tie that I'm wearing today. So they use their data access to sell products online. And then we are able to see these products online and we buy from them. And obviously in that purchase price, there's a small slice that is going to give that family the livelihood. So the question of data is very important for our people, and therefore the question of access and affordability is also important for saving lives. We all know now that we are challenged by the climate change phenomenon. What we are experiencing is extreme weather events happening from time to time, and therefore it becomes important that our people have access to early warning systems where they can be told that there's a storm developing, try to protect your crops, try to protect your assets, can you move to higher ground so that when there's flooding, you don't find yourself losing your life. Here in Eswatini, I think this became clearer when we had the civil unrest. When we didn't have data access, a lot of people were lost. Some lost their lives because they didn't have access to their reliable MTN source of information to say, don't go into town, there's trouble there. Rather use an alternative route, etc. So the question of data access and human rights can never be separated. So I'd like to say that on behalf of the many NGO members that are plying their trade as runners, as well as those that are selling their wares. I also sell chili sauce, by the way, and I advertise it on Facebook. It's 40 Rand a bottle. I have a few in the boots. But the biggest source of my customers comes because I have access to data, and I'm able to post on Facebook and on my status to ensure that people can buy. So this says that the question of data is so very, very important for majority of households, so that when a household has to decide whether to buy a data bundle or to buy food or medication or enroll their children for education, it says to us then as MTN, can we lower the data cost so that people can have food, so that people can have access to education, so that people can have access to health? If it is within our means to do that, I'd like to congratulate MTN for doing the right thing. After 25 years of working with Emaswati, and of course I've been 22 years with MTN as well, same number. So it becomes important that we think about those things. So in majority of households, there's always this basic needs basket that we talk about. The basic needs basket have changed over the years because of the need for people to purchase data. When we had trouble during COVID, our children were able to continue with their academic programs thanks to the access to data. They could connect with their classroom and their teachers. With those few remarks, CEO, thank you again for inviting us.
Siyabonga kakhulu Nkosi ma-remarks akho. I like the smart way you have used to try and paint a picture of the importance of having data access in the country. But not just data access, you know, there has been times, and I think there has been talks around how expensive data has been over the past years, you know. But I think celebrating 25 years allows us to reflect and say, are things the way they used to be 25 years ago? And the truth is they are not. There have been some improvements. There have been some evolutions in the market. MTN has evolved so much to the point where we need to appreciate certain privileges that we now have. You know, I think I remember there were times where the network itself was not available in certain areas. But I think today we can reflect and say, is that still the case? And the question is no. And I think one of the discussions we will hear here today is how, as part of this Doing For You campaign, MTN is also reinforcing the 4G network by launching or improving certain sites with the 4G network as a means of saying, yes, the data is affordable, but is it quality data is it quality network that you are accessing the data to? I'd like to invite some of our panelists to please come and join us. Desiree, who is the Chief Marketing Officer at MTN. Ngicela simshayele tandla. I don't want to say he is the brains behind, but I know he is a part of the people that are leading the products offering that MTN is here launching here today, just to make sure that we don't serve customers who are complaining. You know, as the idiom says, the customer is king. If the customer has spoken, what is the organization doing to actually make sure they respond to the pains that customers may be raising? We also have Zanele, who is the acting customer lead experience, who is also going to be sharing some insights into how, as MTN, they have improved. I have also made a proposal to MTN just to try and adjust the set a little bit so it can accommodate 5 people. I also need to be sitting there, but unfortunately, I will have to be sitting right next to them as part of the discussions that are taking place here today. These are our panelists, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'd also like to invite you to prepare questions. And also the audience that we have online through our Facebook page, which is MTN Eswatini. May you please follow the proceedings. And by means of sending your questions through the comment sections, please share your views, share what you think. Where can MTN improve? I think we are saying MTN is addressing pain points today, but these may not be conclusive. You know, there are certain pain points that MTN would still need to consider going forward, and especially around data issues. We are going to be starting our discussions with the panel is here today, and I will introduce them once again. Babe Dlamini Umlangeni from Kango is our panelist also, and we also have the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, whom I think you will agree we are here because of him. If he didn't allow this session to take place today, it would only be in the papers just saying we are launching a new data package, but we need to interact and find out exactly how this is going to be happening. And we also have Zanele, as I've already introduced him, and Desiree, the Chief Marketing Officer. CEO, thank you so much for taking your time to sit with us in this discussion this morning. You mentioned in your opening remarks that the Doing For You campaign is a solution-based campaign. We need to find out more. What did you mean when you say that this campaign is a solution-based campaign?
Thank you very much, John. I think for us at MTN, this campaign is really an affirmation of our commitment to make sure that we listen to what our customers want and are asking MTN to apply, and we are really applying it today. So today is really for us to share with our customers that we've heard them, and we've implemented some of the feedback that we've received from our customers. Again, this is really in line with our belief that every Leswati deserves the benefits of a modern connected life. And we've really done that throughout our Kingdom of Eswatini. If you look at the extent of our network coverage, and if you look at the extent of our products offering, as we've alluded to, it is really the fact that all of Eswatini should be connected throughout the kingdom. And so this campaign is really for us to demonstrate that we've listened to our customers and we've addressed the key pain points for them, and we're actually delivering on what is expected from our customers.
Yeah, and also we may want to find out, CEO, how this really is going to impact the lives of your customers. Data has always been available, you know, and I think when you made your remarks earlier on, you mentioned that there were 3 key areas that you are trying to address, which is issues of value on the data that customers have, validity issues as well. And how is this going to see customers derive improvement or benefit from the Doing For You campaign?
Thank you, John. So the three areas that our customers have raised as a pain point over the past a few months and years, it's really been around the validity of our offering. You recall sometime last year we launched our Lula combos. They were valid for 7 days. And today we're going to unveil that we're going to revise the validity of those packages. Number two, it was really around the value. Customers are saying we do not have sufficient value in the products that they're purchasing, and we are now going to unveil how much value we're going to add onto some of the packages that we have as offering. And number three, it's really the issue around pricing. Very, very important. It has been raised several times, and we're here today at MTN to share that we've continuously reduced pricing for our offering. And again, on top of all of these, I already spoke about the fact that we want to enhance our coverage throughout the country. We are putting together a number of base stations, particularly in the rural areas where they did not have LTE and 4G coverage. We're going to extend that coverage this year. Within the next month, we're going to make sure that 100% of our sites in the Kingdom of Eswatini are fully LTE coverage, so that all our customers experience the best quality network, but also be able to do their activities wherever they are. For example, you find that schools in the rural areas should still be able to connect on their computers and their mobile devices on better speeds. Businesses across the country, in the four corners of the country, should be able to experience the same quality as in other areas where we've actually experienced it. So this is really a quest for us to make sure that all Maswati are well connected and that they receive the best quality network across the kingdom.
Thank you so much, CEO. Zanele, you represent the customer experience department, and I think I love the fact that MTN has this department. And if you look from the company from its brand personality point of view, it's always projecting itself as a customer, as a company that cares for its customers or the market that it serves. If you look at its slogan, everywhere you go, you need to see MTN. What are we doing today? It's actually the company asking its customers, its market, what can we do? What are we doing today? And I think some of the services it provides are an enabler to some of the things that customers need to be doing. And now we see MTN is launching the Doing For You campaign, which is a heartfelt slogan to say we are taking a position not from our side, but from what you as our customers is doing. But what is your view of the market sentiment in terms of how they perceive MTN as a service provider? And we are saying there have been pain points. What are some of these pain points that you've noted and want to address through the Doing For You campaign?
A very good morning to all the media houses present. Good morning to the doers and also to our customers online. Thank you, John. I think for me, as a customer experience professional, it is a jubilant moment for me because it tells me that we listen, we do, and we care. For a customer-centric organization, what we need to do is to engage more with our customers and get their feedback, and we action on it. That informs us to make decisions that concerns customers. For more than 25 years now, I'll say our relationship with our customers has been very good, and we are grateful for the support that they've given us. We are where we are today because of their loyalty. Even though some of our customers, John, feel that we are not listening to what they are saying, and they feel that their needs are not met. What I can assure you that we do listen as a business. Most of the customer pain points that have brought to our attention, it talks to data services. As a listening customer organization and a caring brand, we take customer feedback very seriously. And we are here today because we have them, and we're going to respond with this campaign that we are launching today.
I think the good thing, which is what I applauded when we first made our opening remarks, is that normally you find organizations are launching something and you get only the executives wanting to make statements and the event is over. They serve refreshments and you are sitting somewhere and you have questions. But have they really addressed the problem? What exactly have they done? If you cannot read that in a newspaper or sit somewhere through a data interview, you will not understand what the issues have been. CEO, Zanele is saying most of the issues have been around data constraints, validity, pricing, and you've also alluded to the same fact. Have you addressed these constraints, and what are some of these pain points that you can confidently say today, as MTN, we have addressed these issues, and this is what we have done? What does this Doing For You campaign deliver to customers as a new experience that will provide relief to your customers?
Thank you, John. So we're here today, John, and our customers to really give you the assurance that we have done a lot of work when it comes to listening to what the customers are complaining about and making sure that we fix it. We've really done that, and I think the 3 areas that we've highlighted, we've addressed them fully. And when we unpack the solutions that we have for our customers today, when it comes to validity, when it comes to value and pricing, it will really show the extent at which we have gone at MTN to make sure that we've addressed the issues that customers are talking about, and make sure that it is something that will be rolled out and is already live today. And so, again, we want to continue to urge our customers, wherever there are issues in terms of the use of the data, in terms of their experience of the data network, please continue to give us feedback. Our customer experience team is always ready, available to make sure that we address these issues. Sometimes we find that customers have got particular needs that are related to them and to their applications, which is not perhaps outside of what we've done collectively. We need to then make sure that we address those issues from a customer perspective. So we request that customers continue to give us feedback, and we'll give them the assurance that we will make sure that we address this and make sure that our customers, at the end of the day, their needs are being met. And we continue to give them the best experience in our network. And Zanele has really highlighted areas where customers continue to speak to us around the quality of our data network. We really have the best network, and I've already alluded to the fact that we continue to roll out more LTE and 4G sites in the Kingdom of Eswatini. It's really for us to enhance the quality of our network. But also, customers sometimes will feel that at certain instances when they use their data network, it seems to consume much faster. Again, this is really around the quality of our network, and we've done a lot of optimization to make sure that we address the issues that customers have raised over the period. John, thanks.
Thank you so much, CEO. And I think for me, this really highlights how serious or how determined MTN is in terms of addressing the problems or the pains that customers have been experiencing. Mlangeni, I think you shared your remarks, and I think I like how it summarized generally how important is data in the broader scope of the economic activities. How do you think being pro-customer will help MTN to achieve its goals, and also just to generally stimulate economic growth, economic activity in the country?
Yes, thank you, John. I think the customer-centric approach is the best approach that the MTN can take. In particular, in my position, I have to be connected to numerous other communities outside of Eswatini in meetings, whether it's the SADC Council of NGOs or other global partners that we have to meet from time to time. In recent years, we no longer have to travel to meet. We connect via Zoom or Teams or any other online platform. So the question of quality then becomes important for me in particular, because whenever I'm in a session and then I see that message that says connecting, then I know that I'm actually disconnected, from the rest of the world. So what the CEO is saying in terms of improving the quality and the experience for the customers is music to me, because it means we can sustain, of course, the platforms that we have created, especially post-COVID, where we are able to interact online without having to incur the cost of traveling and downtime in terms of our business. The time that we save, obviously, we are now spending it more with our customers as well, making sure that they have a good experience. I think if you're looking at where the world is going, I think the Internet of Things is the biggest marketplace today, which certainly means that in terms of economic growth, and ensuring that we don't have just economic growth but inclusive growth, the data becomes important. Because in the past we used to complain that a majority of the people were not part of the mainstream economic life. What we are seeing now is that everyone, everywhere can be a role player in the economy if they want to. And the Internet of Things is the one that is making that possible. So in terms of economic growth, access to opportunities, be it educational, social, and otherwise, becoming part of communities in country and outside the country, in the rest of the world, is becoming possible simply because we have access to the net. I think that is the important aspect. Thanks.
Thank you, Nkosi. Desri, the company has mandated its marketing department to actually see what it is serving in the market as far as the service being a product. That we know it's serving voice, and data as well is a big enabler to a lot of economic activity. We are saying there have been pains, and where are we going to see the changes now in terms of the packages that have been available in the market that customers were saying, this is no longer working for me, I wish MTN could do better? Where are we going to see improvements as far as the new offerings is concerned?
Thank you so much. First of all, let me start by reiterating what the CEO said in his opening remarks. Doing for You is an umbrella campaign that will run throughout the year until the end of this year. And during that campaign, we'll be unveiling different products. It's only not only what we are doing today, but we'll have other products coming in the next month and quarters. So, and all those products and all those solutions have been co-created with our customers. So we spent a lot of time listening to our customers, understanding their evolving needs, and trying to find a common ground where, as a business, we believe that we can deliver solutions without compromising on the customer's ability to pay for those solutions. So specifically for today, we've started with data, which is an important service for us as well as for our customers, because it enables them to be part of the connected world today. So with data, generally what we did, we addressed some of the key pain points that the CEO mentioned, but also what we did was to make sure that we optimize the browsing experience, meaning the internet usage experience, by making sure that customers continue to get the quality of service, the same world-class experience that they used to get from MTN. At the same time, making sure that they have control of the data consumption. I think it's one of the pain points or outcry that we were being, the customers has given us as a feedback. And what we did specifically for that is to ensure that some of the data or high data volume demanding contents online, such as video, they are well optimized, and depending on how customers want to spend time on the internet, they're able to control whatever they're using there. Going into product, today our most popular product, which is the Lula Combo portfolio, we are unveiling the revamped Lula bundles, Lula Combo bundles. We'll be shortly presenting the new Lula bundles. But generally, we applied or we implemented 4 enhancements. The first enhancement is the extension of validity from 7 days to 30 days. The second enhancement is the increase of the data volume. So people will be getting more data without changing the prices. Same prices, but more data. The third enhancement is that we have tried to make sure that we cater to specific needs of specific segments. And here I'm talking about the youth as well as the high data users, what we call high-value customers. So you will be seeing that we have a Lula version that apply across all our customer base, but there will be 2 versions that really respond to the youth segment because of their browsing needs, but also their ability to spend, which is limited. But also we also see the other version that's speak to the high value customers. The last enhancement that we apply, but the most important, I believe, for this market, speaking to what our guest speaker was mentioning, we will be allowing customers who are buying the Lula bundles to get what we call cashback. So for each bundle purchased, the customers will be able to get some points, and those points can be redeemed via our mobile money services and used to buy other products or even our own products. So there's also another important a change that we are unveiling today is the change on our out-of-bundle tariff. By out-of-bundle, what we mean is the moment a customer has exhausted their bundles and maybe they don't have sufficient funds to buy the next bundle, the price that was there, we believe, that was established maybe some time back, 5 years or 10 years ago, was prohibitive for some of the customer segments. So they would just prefer to wait and buy the next bundle whenever they have sufficient funds to do so. But now what we did, we slashed down that out of bundle price from 49 cents to 25 cents, so almost 50% price reduction. And this will allow our customers who don't have sufficient funds at the moment when they have finished their bundle to be able to continue using the out of bundle, which is the data consumption on demand. But what I have to highlight here is that's an opt-in service. It means the customer has to accept to use that service, and we will encourage most of our customers online and those we're going to be meeting on ground when we do our activations to just opt in into the out-of-bundle consumption, because now it's no longer prohibitive. So key enhancements on overall data experience, key enhancement on our most popular bundles, which is the Lula portfolio, but also key tariff reduction on our out-bundle services.
Thank you so much, Desiree. I think the videos will explain more in detail. But CEO, I think I'd like to find out more, because I think one of the pain points has also been the issue of speed and the issue of, I don't know how to call it, but the rapidness in depletion of the data, As much as we are improving on validity from 7 days to 30 days, But are we also going to see improvements in terms of speed, in terms of the usage or the depletion of the data, how long it lasts when I have it?
Thank you, John. A very, very important question, because this is an area that we've had feedback from customers over a period of time. And I must say, John, that it is not something that we want to do today, because it is something that has been done. We've already optimized when it comes to the rate at which customers consume their data offering. It is really not an issue of us reducing the quality of our data network, because we already appreciate the fact that MTN in this country provides the best quality network. However, it was important for us to then look at what is it that we can do to optimize on the quality with respect to some of the videos that customers watch either in TikTok or YouTube, etc. Because that is really where customers were feeling that the data was consuming much faster. We've worked on the optimization, and we believe that that is something that is really translated into positive feedback. Those customers that have really followed, I think, on social media, they've seen that there's been some improvements over the past few weeks and months in terms of the depletion of data of their own packages. And I think we've received positive feedback from customers. And so those customers that still feel it is not there, please do continue to reach out to MTN, and we will explain to you exactly how the changes have been applied. But again, like I'm saying, it is live. It is not something that we're launching. It is something that we've worked on because it is feedback, and we've continued to make sure that we do the optimization for our customers. And it's really for us now to continue to talk about it where customers feel they're not seeing the differences, and we can then be able to prove to them that it is something that is already live and it's working today.
Thank you so much, CEO. Desiree, we are saying the Doing For You campaign is a campaign that's going to not just start and end today by launching this particular package. What are we likely to see as customers as part of the Doing For You campaign? And if I make an example, we've always had the Lula combos as a package, but we've also had other packages on the side, like for instance, your social bundles and maybe other bundles that MTN has been pushing, you know. Are we likely to see improvements on this? In particular on the social bundle side of things, which I think are also an important aspect of the customer service space for MTN.
Yeah, so today we are talking about data as the proof point of this Doing For You campaign, and the social media bundles is actually part of what we have packaged for the youth version of the Lula. So we will be showing that shortly. But as I said, we have in the roadmap for this year a number of products and services. So next month, we'll be able to unveil another product, not on data, but on voice. We'll also be unveiling another product on the home services. So today, what we are talking about is mobile data, but also we have in our pipeline some, revised or revamped products on the home value proposition. So we ask our customer just to be watching out this space. We'll be communicating or announcing those products as we go forward.
We see a lot of organizations take a position towards catering for the elderly in the community. And I know, for instance, the regulator within the energy space has encouraged service providers within the energy space to also have a social tariff, also taking into consideration the importance of the need of the service that is electricity. How do you think providing social packages is essential for the elderly community or for those that are socially disadvantaged? How would it possibly help to have packages that speak into that market?
Yes, thank you, John. I think that having packages customized to marginalized groups is key. Not only just the pricing, but also the ease with which you can use. I hear Desiree talking about opting in and opting out, and then sometimes you have so many numbers that you have to punch in for you to be able to access a particular service. But if you come to think of it, elderly people or those who are not so tech savvy, they would find it difficult to optimize on the use of our products if we do not think about how it would just be easy for one to purchase one product, and already most of the services are included in the bundle instead of buying airtime, then converting some to data and then some to voice and then some to something else. Especially I like the offering which is targeting the youth, who are our people that we really believe they need to be part of the future economy. Therefore, if we do not encourage them to spend as much time online learning and collaborating, they are not going to be participants in the future economy, which means they are going to lag behind. So customizing the products becomes very, very important according to the needs of particular groupings of people. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're about to wrap up our discussion with the panel, but I think I'd like to ask just one question to Zanele before we involve the audience in terms of questions and contributions. Zanele, how does the accumulation of points from within the new Lula combo packages translates into cashback? How does this speak into this being a Doing For You campaign? Why did MTN find it necessary that you accumulate points which can translate into cash?
In this competitive environment, John, we need to retain our customers. So part of this campaign is to retain our customers. So as of this morning, if you're an MTN customer buying one of our Lula combos, automatically you started accumulating your points. So one thing that I like is that you can redeem your points into your Momo wallet, and there are no restrictions around it to say how do you then get to spend that mobile money. You can decide whether you want to buy a loaf of bread or you want to spend your money in buying MTN products. So it's the same concept that is used by Click stores, if you know some customers who are using Clicks, because you go there, you purchase your goods, and you accumulate your points, and then eventually those points, when you redeem them, they become monetary value, which you can use to buy more products at the shop as well. So it's the same concept that MTN has done. So we are hopeful that as our customers start buying the combos, they will accumulate the points, and once you get to the threshold of 100 points, that is when you start redeeming your points. So if you buy the Lula combos today and you accumulate those 100 points, automatically you can then just redeem those points. As Desiree has spoken, that we've got 3 segments. We've got the youth, we've got the prestige, which talks to the high value. Then we've got the other, which touches to the rest of our customers. So the cashback talks to all of those customers. It's not like it's meant for one segment, but it cuts across the segments.
Thank you so much, Zanele. CEO, how is the enablement of the 4G network going to be a benefit to the market? It's good we are going to be enjoying all these improvements in terms of validity, in terms of pricing, but how is the rollout of the 4G network countrywide going to be a supreme benefit?
It's very important, John, for the customers out there, because there were certain areas in the kingdom, in particular in rural areas, where it was mainly 2G and 3G network coverage, and we are now going to have a 4G network coverage. And really it speaks to some of the institutions such as schools out there which did not have better speeds, and now they're going to experience better speeds for children, for teachers, and also some small businesses, SMEs that are in those areas where there was no LTE coverage. It is now going to experience better speeds, and also the communities out there, Tingundla centers and other similar organizations that are using, such as Kango, that are using our services. They will now experience a much better quality network out there. So it is really very important for us to make sure that all of our sites will have 100% LTE coverage, bringing better quality network to our customers, but also ensuring that each one of us experience the same wherever, regardless of where you are in the Kingdom of Eswatini.
Thank you, CEO. Desiree, when are we starting to benefit from these new Lula combo packages?
It's today. Actually, they are live now.
Ladies and gentlemen, from this side, I think we have come to the end of our discussion, and we are going to be opening questions to the floor. In particular, we would like to have contributions coming from our partners in the media space. What do you see? What do you have in mind? Where can the organization improve? And from our viewers online on our MTN Facebook page, please do contribute, especially via the comment section. We would also like to read your comments here, or like to read your questions, and have the panel here address these questions. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's about time we see some of the packages through the videos that have been prepared, just to give us a clear picture and understanding of how these packages look.
What if there was someone who truly listened? Someone who cares about what matters and supports your dreams. Someone who welcomes feedback, good or bad, with open arms. Someone who understands and supports your passion, who have been with you throughout this journey of change and progress. What if there was someone who truly listened? Someone who cares about what matters and supports your dreams. Someone who welcomes feedback, good or bad, with open arms. Someone who understands and supports your passion, who have been with you throughout this journey of change and progress. Because your dreams are our dreams. We've heard you loud and clear, which is why we're doing for you.
Those are the packages, ladies and gentlemen. They see. We've got roving microphones if you have questions. And I'd also like to, once again, please ask those that are watching from the Facebook page. This event is being streamed live. Please do send your questions via the comment section on their page, just for us to be able to actually get your responses from their side. But I think the microphones are already available. If we have questions, we are very, very happy to take them. We have... can I please have a microphone just at the front here, please? Please introduce yourself, your name, and if you represent a certain organization, you can also say so we can appreciate where you're coming from.
Thank you so much. My name is Hlangan Somkonda from the Times of Eswatini. Mine is just to appreciate MTN here for introducing this enhanced services, rather, because it comes at a time whereby our economy is quite struggling, more especially consumers. I'm glad Temkos is here, who deals with the people on the ground as well, and is able to see how people are struggling with issues of money now, issues of affording the data. So I appreciate that you're trying to introduce this much affordable data services. However, number one question is to ask, because today I think it speaks to issues of Lula Combos, which is, I think it's a service that cuts across maybe the, I would say, the normal people, or rather on the ground. Now, how about, because we also, I'm also on the business section actually, so I deal with companies. So I want to ask what services maybe, or enhanced service that I'll be providing for companies in terms of the data, or because we understand they are also your customers in terms of using internet for their services in large quantities, rather. Yes, that's my question number one. Also, you've been speaking about 4G. Whereas we understand that in the past few months or few years, we have been talking about introducing 5G. I remember in some event a few months ago, if I remember very well, where the CEO highlighted where they have started rolling out the 5G in corporate place. But if I remember very well, you remind me that how far with that in terms of reaching out with the 5G network. Last one, because I want to just go once with the questions. One last one that I want to ask is we have had customers complaining each and every day about scams. Our grandmothers, they are being scammed. They are social grant using MTN numbers. People call using MTN numbers, not only grandmothers, even the general public. People will call us and send us fake messages and say, please return this money through your mobile money and everything, of which, if I remember very well, there is no more any number that is not registered as to whom it belongs to. So therefore, you'll see this 3675, blah, 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 that belongs to Hlangan Somkonda. Then my question, what is being done to address that, to hold those people accountable? Because we know their numbers. We circulate them. There's be aware of this number. Is scamming people. But then we don't hear about MTN like coming into, play into that to get those people held accountable. So I want to ask, how effective is this VELA thing in terms of addressing those issues? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Langani. So we've got 3 questions, and CEO, please allow me to direct some of these questions, 2 of them to you, and I'll ask Zanele and Desiree to answer, to respond on some of the ones. What are the latest developments on the introduction of the 5G network? And also, CEO, I think there's a concern around the effectiveness of the VELA program. Are people being held accountable? It was introduced so that at least scammers, criminals can be followed, can be held accountable if they do something out of the norm. How effective is this program?
Thank you, John, and thanks for the question as well. I think you're raising very important questions, and I will try to address them as much as possible because it is a question, particularly around the VELA, that I'm sure Maswati are interested in knowing what we are doing in that space. I think when it comes to VELA, that is a regulated solution for our customers, which enables them to be registered fully within the mobile network operators in the kingdom. And in M10 in particular, we are fully compliant when it comes to registration of our customers. So we know all of our customers. We know their ID numbers. We know their names. We know their residence as well. So when it comes to that part, we are fully compliant. I think the issues around customers then using, scamming, like you're saying, it's a concern for all of us, and we continue to provide training to and education to our customers, particularly the elderly, to say certain things they should not allow to happen. Now, we obviously cannot control what people do with the numbers, but we can be able to track who they are because of the VELA platform. And we do provide that information when it is required to the security forces, to the police in particular. So they do come through to us once those cases are reported to the police, and they come to us and they request for information. We do share it with the authorities. So that from that perspective, we're fully compliant. But we at M10 do not have the responsibility then to go and track and look for that person that is scamming. That is not what we do. We report it back to the authorities, and the authorities then follow up and try and find that particular person that is doing the wrong thing. But I think over and above that, what is very, very important for my customer aid for Gutsi, scam. And we've provided guidelines on how we can deal with those issues, particularly around the fact that now totally message Tafata na code ufake pin thina asimfuni umuntu usafake pin, but now uthola leyo mlayo loyo awuveli ka-M10 uvela kumuntu lokuscamako. We're asking customers to make sure that they do not apply those codes because it is a way in which people are scammed. Uthole a message, let's see, uthole imali ethide. Imali ayiveli esihlahleni. So someone will definitely try to scam you. Nakathi unemali engakali kumele tafata odds. So we've actually educated our customers not to apply those things because it is a way of scamming. But when it comes to tracking, we are fully complying with the authorities, and we provide the information so that they can be able to look for those individuals and try and bring them to book.
And maybe before you respond on the last 5G network question, CEO, do we have people that are using MTN numbers that are not registered on the VELA platform? I think maybe that was the question, to say maybe these people are doing this because they know they are not registered on the platform. Are users allowed to be on the network without being registered on the VELA platform?
Yes, so that's exactly what I'm trying to address, the fact that all our customers are fully compliant and fully registered. So as you get into a shop, get to an agent to buy a SIM card, we ensure that your SIM card is fully registered. So you must provide your ID, you must obviously provide your details, and also provide the proof of residence. Those are very key documents that you must provide for you to be able to use the M10 service. So fully compliant for all our customers, and we've got the database. It is really a database that is also monitored by the regulators. They come from time to time to verify that all our customers are fully compliant and fully registered.
And I think the other question from Nhlanganiso was, there was once talk about the piloting of the 5G network in some places in Baban and maybe some other areas. How far are we with that?
Thank you. So the question around 5G is a very important question as well, because that is a journey that we started on in 2022. We brought live 2 base stations in the kingdom. One is here in the MTN compound, and the second one is in Babane at the corporate base. These are really our pilot project where we're enabling Emaswati to experience 5G rollout in the kingdom. However, it has taken us a bit of some time to continue to roll out this technology, purely because it is a technology that is really driving, industrialization in our country. It is driving, the technology enhancements, and so the customers that we believe will be able to benefit from a 5G rollout are customers that are really in big industries, in Matsapa areas, some of the sugar belts. Those are the companies that we're hoping they will take on board a 5G network, more than just, for home use, because for home use, an LTE coverage should still be able to give you better videos quality and better speed. So we are hoping that the use cases that we want to push our 5G solution to is really around industrial areas, and that is where we're now working on. We need to develop enough demand for the 5G so that we can then go in there and be able to then roll out those 5G networks. And so the engagement between ourselves and some of the industries that we are targeting to roll out the 5G is ongoing, and as soon as we have a positive feedback from them, we can then go into those areas and be able to then deploy a 5G network. So it is still a part of our strategy going forward. It's just that it's taking a bit of some time because we need to develop the use cases for us to roll out 5G in the kingdom.
Thank you so much, CEO. And Desiree, I think the other question from Hlanganiso was how do we cater for the enterprise community through improved packages within the Lula combos that we are launching here today? Have they been accommodated? Are there improvements that specifically cater for them?
Yes, the answer is yes. If you look at the Prestige package, the Lula version of high-value customers, it actually cater to that segment of B2B2C customers, meaning customers who receive airtime from their corporates, organizations or government organizations. So yes, we have the Lula Prestige catering for that segment of our customers.
I'm sure you answered, Nhlangani, so thank you so much. I think that the questions have been responded to. Do we have other questions on the floor before? I think I'll come back to you again, Nhlangani. So let me ask Babe Makubu from the Nation magazine to also raise some few important points. Microphone. They are coming, Mr. Makubu.
Thank you. My name is Peggy Makubo from The Nation. CEO, ngicela clarity, angikuva kahle la 5G. Perhaps I'm making assumptions, so you'll have to correct me. This movement from 1G to another, some of us have assumed it's advancement in technology taking us to first world, and therefore assumed that it comes natural. Indaba 5G is one of the first things actually you spoke about when you became CEO. You've always so but I've read and also listening to you now, one gets the impression would say the 5G issue is not as simple as moving from 1G to another. For instance, when you move from 3 to 4G, I would have assumed would say you're just taking us to first world. But you are sounding like there's a risk factor here. I've read somewhere would say there are security concerns about going to 5G. Angat namang letnzaba nasaqala kuvanga 5G would say all these funny things we're hearing. Maybe they are true, that's why I'm see. Or is it a cost issue? But the bottom line is whether I get good quality viewing a car on 4G, 5G, I am not sure ukuthi ngawuthola sithombe lesinjani 5G because I've never experienced it. But what's the CEO siya 5G? Ingosi yazi siya first world. Nyalo soyakhetha ukuthi bobani laba tamthola aseva ukuthi thina ngoba sendele. But we don't know what to expect. All we know is ukuthi ngathi first world again. Kube bengifuna ke emabandleni nje ngangidawu campaigna ngawe ukuthi silo sikhulu uyala njani ne first world. So can you explain to us, what I'm saying is, can you explain to us exactly what is the issue? Why don't you just roll it out for everybody? Even if it means Nashambe corporate place like you see in first world countries, ube connected on Wi-Fi. I don't know if it goes to that. Why are you being cautious? That's what I'm saying. And why are you being careful how you are doing it? Obviously, there's something you know that you are not telling us. That's what I'm asking you to share.
Siyabonga Makubu, I think let's send so we still promise Makubu we will roll out 5G across the country. What we are saying now is really our focus, our strategic focus as an organization. Rolling out 5G is really an expensive exercise. And so the network that we have today is able to achieve the solutions that we need for our customers today. And so trying to enhance and put a 5G network is not going to make things better for what we are achieving today with respect to the services that we're providing, such as your video at home, your home connection, and some of the mobile services. But really, 5G should be able to enhance and give you better speeds as well as latencies for those systems that require, a much more intense service, such as, automation. Automation is really a solution that you must provide with using a 5G network as opposed to an LTE, because the quality, the speeds are lower as well as the latency is a bit higher as well. So that is why I'm trying to say that we want to look at the use cases where we can deploy it quicker and be able to derive value out of it as an organization. So it is really an issue of cost. It is quite costly today for us to deploy it, so we cannot put it everywhere. We need to put it where we're going to derive value in a short period of time. But again, going to the future, we continue to deploy it even at home and a connection and so on and so forth. It is a strategy that we're going to achieve. If you look at the areas in Africa, in particular, where they've rolled out 5G, you realize that they've put it in areas where there's industrialization in mines, and in South Africa, they put it in some of the areas where businesses are using some of the automation. So that is where we want to start off from as MTN. But it does not mean we're not going to roll it out fully across the country. We will do it. I'm sure in the next several years, we will see 5G taking over from these other technologies. Some of the things that you're seeing, for those of you that go overseas, today you don't see 2G and 3G in Europe and in America. It's really because of the journey that they've moved in terms of making sure that 5G and 4G are now the technologies that are used for industrial applications, for home connections, for businesses. And so that is where we're going to. But we're not there yet. Today, we still have 2G and 3G being used in Eswatini, much more than even some of the technology that we have, the high technologies. So we will get there, Makubu. It will take a bit of some time. And it's also really an issue of the cost. It's not as cheap to roll it out. And so we cannot be that aggressive when we roll it out in our market.
Thank you so much, Babe Makubu. Thank you so much, CEO, for your response. But most definitely, Babe Makubu wants to see First World, and he believes that the 5G network is part of His Majesty's dream to have a First World country. And we do appreciate the fact that you are strategically rolling it out just to get people and stakeholders to have an appreciation of what is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have interactions from our Facebook page. We have consumers or MTN customers that have questions to ask. Zanel, I think one of the questions here is, why is MTN not bringing back the unlimited packages?
No, let's
She's afraid of the question. Desiree, yes, why is MTN not bringing back? It sounds like the packages were there. They need them back.
Yeah.
Why are we not bringing them back?
No, look, I think to respond to that question, it's actually a very good occasion today to respond to that question. So I think our focus as MTN is to make sure that we we provide data services, quality data services that are affordable for the big mass or the big proportion of our customers. And that can only be achieved when we have sufficient bandwidth and sufficient quality on our network. The unlimited home offers, yes, we understand that maybe probably for a certain segment of our customers it was very appealing. However, in long run, it was not sustainable if we have to really offer affordable services to the mass of our customers. Despite that, as part of our Doing For You campaign, we have in the roadmap to deliver an enhanced home value proposition, meaning the what today customers use for their home data, internet services. And this is going to be unveiled next month in June. And we believe that based on the feedback that we received from some of the customers who used to use the unlimited bundles, it's going to be something that is at least covering the needs of that segment.
Thank you so much, Desiree. And I think maybe just to get another one that's related to you, how do you check your points? We are accumulating points, converting them into cash after you get 100 points. How do you check in?
It's part of the comms element that we presented. I'll be really pushing that over different platforms. You can just dial *247#, and then you have a different number of options available on the menu. And also, there is another option of checking your points on my MTN app and Momo app as well.
Thank you so much. Zanele, one customer is asking online, are these combos substituting the weekly combos? Are we still going to have Lula weekly combos now that the package is going to last a month? Are we still going to have the weekly one?
No, we are going to have our monthly. Remember, John, we said we are addressing the issue of validity. So customers were complaining about the 7 days, so now we've extended to 30 days, so that is what we are addressing.
I think as Desiree has been saying, I think throughout the month, the company is going to be showing how this is of more value compared to the 7-day package. And Hlangani, so I think you had a follow-up question as well. I think for purposes of the audience online, I'd like you to have the microphone, yes.
Yes, thank you so much. I just want to take CO back a little bit on the issues of scams. You said you do report the cases to the police. Now, I want to ask in numbers, how many cases have you reported to the police? Because here we want to see people held accountable. I can hear people making a little bit noise up at the back. I think they are saying, no, you can't reveal that, I guess. But we want to know as to how far are those cases being dealt with? Because if you say you have reported those cases to the police, the question is, who is then sitting on whatever job that they are supposed to do? Yeah. Because every day, we cannot afford to have these issues every day, scams, people promising people jobs. We know people are desperate for jobs, so if you come and scam people in terms of jobs, that's a serious issue.
Can you please rephrase the question and make it as accurately as possible?
Well, I wanted to ask how many cases have you reported to the police of MTN?
Thank you, but I don't have the numbers today. We can always try and get the numbers, but I know it's quite a number of people number of cases that have been reported. And the process with the police is they then come back to MTN with the court order to then request for a printout of certain information that then use when they take these issues to court. So I believe the process really goes on. And if we are doing this on a daily basis, it means there is no one sleeping on the job. I think they are doing something. It's just that maybe perhaps they don't publicize how many people they've actually arrested or taken to task. But we do provide the information as much as possible to the police when they come to us with the necessary papers from the court for us to supply the necessary data.
Thank you so much, Langaniso, and thank you for the response, CEO. Do we have other members of the audience with questions? It does look like we have come to the end. There's one yellow shirt I'd like to give an opportunity. Just one last question, if it's a question. But we have come to the end, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is our last question.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I am Bonsile Gwenene, an MTN. I just want to commend the business really for this initiative. I mean, when I was listening to Mr. Dlamini there, I was inspired by the sustainability effort that the business is pushing forward. And I just want to tie it into a nice bow, really, and a gift actually to our community as well. Because we are part of an organization that is very ESG conscious. So the sustainability that Mr. Dlamini was pushing forward is very commendable. And it's very nice to hear people on the ground commending us as a business for pushing that agenda. And I appreciate that so much.
Thank you so much. And I also appreciate you bringing that up, just to say, I think you have made important statements. It's Mr. Dlamini as a stakeholder giving feedback to you guys to say, are you doing what is making or translating into benefit into the economy? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And I think before we round up, I would like to invite the CEO. And maybe before I invite the CEO, I'd just like to thank you all for coming through, especially the media. Babe Makubu, thank you so much, senior editor, for coming through. And I can see any Eswatini Positive News, always reporting positively. Thank you so much for coming through, and we know that you will be responding or reporting positively about this event, and which is the essence of having the media here today, to say those who are not available here or not sitting with us here today, let them get the information as accurately as possible. And Hlangani, so thank you so much, my brother. And I don't know if there's any other media partner who is here that I am not mentioning, but to all our partners in the media, thank you so much. To all of you MTNers, thank you so much. And to our panelists, Zanele, thank you so much. Desri, thank you so much. Babe Dlamini, thank you so much, Mlangeni, for the remarks that you made earlier on. And from myself, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your participation and for allowing me to stand before you. CEO, may you please come forward and just to make your concluding remarks.
Thank you very much, John. And for me, it's really to appreciate all of you, our colleagues at MTN, to the media. Please do pass our appreciation as well to the team that you work with back in the office. Thanks to the editors, thanks Mabe Makubu and all of you for making time to be with us today. We strongly believe that this is a huge milestone for us at MTN, and we should be able to see some positive outcome from the launch that we have done, and we will continue to provide some coverage and feedback from to our media, and as well as you'll see some of the adverts that we're flighting through on the newspapers as well as on social media, just to address the concerns from customers and to share with customers what we are doing when it comes to the new propositions that were launched today. So thank you very much, everyone, and thanks for the organizers who have done this and have done an excellent job. And thanks to our musician, our winner, and thanks for making this day to be such a success. And thanks Mlangani Akul for making time to come through and to be with us. And we really appreciate all of you, and may God bless you.
What if there was someone who truly listened? Someone who cares about what matters and supports your dreams. Someone who welcomes feedback, good or bad, with open arms. Someone who understands and supports your passion, who have been with you throughout this journey of change and progress. Because your dreams are our dreams. We've heard you loud and clear, which is why we're doing for you. someone who truly listened. Someone who cares about what matters and supports your dreams. Someone who welcomes feedback, good or bad, with open arms. Someone who understands and supports your passion. Who've been with you throughout this journey of change and progress.